It's 2025. The ASUS ROG Ally is basically dead in the mainstream. The Ally X is out, the Steam Deck OLED stole its lunch money, and Lenovo keeps dropping handhelds like it's a yearly iPhone. But what if I told you there was a second-hand gold mine sitting on Marketplace right now? One that you can scoop up for under 400 bucks, or if you're in Australia, about 600. Throw in a new battery, possibly upgrade the SSD and slap on some grips to turn it into an absolute weapon of a handheld. Let's talk about how you can take a sad, overpriced Windows handheld and turn it into one of my favorite modded devices of the year. So when the Ally launched, it had everything going for it. The Z1 Extreme chipset, which is the same as the new Ally X, a 1080p display. The only thing lacking was the battery life from 2006. The 40 watt-hour battery in this thing was criminal. In turbo mode at 25 watts, you'd get under an hour of game time. You could probably launch Call of Duty and the battery life would drop faster than my KD. It's like putting a V8 in a Prius. Cool on paper, disaster in the real world. Here's a twist, the hardware is still amazing, and in 2025 you can find a second-hand ROG Ally for around $300 to $400. Sometimes even less if you're okay with light stick drift, but I'm not. So yeah, this thing kinda sucked at full price, but at second hand with a few mods, is arguably the best bang for buck handheld out there right now. This one comes courtesy of ETA Prime, if you know you know, the king of hardware and game testing. From an hour and 25 minutes with the stock battery to over 2 hours with the 65 watt-hour mod in Cyberpunk at 20 watts TDP. Comes with tools, custom backplate and even foam padding, easy install if you've never opened a device before, and it supports 2280 SSDs with an adapter. The real world results? Cyberpunk 2077 from an hour and 25 to 2 hours and 5, Shredder's Revenge, which is like a little small indie game at 7 watt TDP, you're going to be getting around 7 hours and 10 minutes of game time. It's simple, it works, and it turns the Ally from wall hugger to portable gaming device. Now this one's for the modders, the tinkerers, the yeah I got Captain Tape and anxiety crowd. Digital Mouse and Todd from Toddtronics both tested this monster battery and the results are wild. 43 minutes of Call of Duty dropped the battery from 99% to 64%, and after 88 minutes of gaming, still 40% left. This is a massive improvement as you can see from the chart. You will need to trim the shell, use insulation tape, probably swear a little, but man, the payoff, you get Steam Deck OLED levels of stamina on a device that has more power. And if you use the transparent backplate, you can see the 74 watt-hour label like a G. It's like the handheld modder's version of RGB RAM. Another slight flaw, the Ally felt like gaming on a toaster. Slippery, thin, and really awkward. The solution? Clip-on grips. Adds no weight, makes it feel like a Steam Deck, and it transforms the comfort level. Out of every Ally accessory, the grips made the biggest day-to-day difference. No screws, no stick-on foam nonsense, just snap it on and game. If you're already cracking it open, may as well go all the way. There's a 2280 SSD adapter, which can finally install a real drive without overpaying for a 2230. Clear RGB backplate for airflow, aesthetics, or just to flex that 74 watt-hour sticker. You can also dual boot SteamOS, so you can use Windows and Steam Deck UI. This gives you better compatibility and the option to pretend like it isn't just a Windows handheld when it crashes mid-game. No, but for real, the Steam Deck UI is really something. So it has these handy exclusive features that makes it feel like a real handheld device. Windows needs to kind of upgrade something or create a handheld mode to even compete. Unlike the Nintendo Mafia, this thing does run your old games. With the added storage and better battery, you can finally enjoy them untethered. Emulation, Steam games, Xbox Cloud, yes, yes, and yes. All work better with a decent SSD and battery that doesn't panic every 15 minutes. I also wanted to add that the Ally is great at emulating. You can play Nintendo Switch games all the way up to PS3 and Xbox 360 sometimes. So this thing is really powerful. You can play great PC games, and if you want to go back to an older generation, you always can. Here's the breakdown. Secondhand Ally, let's say around $350, $70 battery mod, or $39.99 on AliExpress. Grips and backplate around $30, SSD upgrade is optional, but it's around $60 to $100. All up, it's around $500 for a modded Ally that holds its own against the Steam Deck OLED or the Ally X. I'll leave some links on my findings in the description down below. The best thing? You customize it. It's yours, it's fast, and the battery doesn't scream when you launch Cyberpunk. So, is the ROG Ally still worth it in 2025? If you're buying it new, no. Buy the Ally X or a Steam Deck. Maybe go outside. But if you're buying one second hand and not afraid of cracking it open and doing a few mods, then absolutely, this thing is goated. Battery life fixed, comfort fixed, storage fixed. And there's no Joy-Con mouse mode. Found this helpful? Hit the like button. Drop a comment if you modded your Ally or if you rage sold one and now you regret it. This is Recap Tech, where we mod, test, and occasionally set handhelds on fire so you don't have to. Peace.